Hey guys, this is Eric here at the warehouse, and today we're going to check out the Reebok Larceny L7 goalie leg pads. Starting out with the material on this guy, they're going to be using that high-grade synthetic leather on there, along with the screen printed graphic and that stitching on there to give you that Larceny look to the pad. Basically, the story behind the Larceny line, it was developed with the help of Ryan Miller. Basically, he was looking for a pad that could give those good butterfly transitions, but still not have a whole lot of stress on the hips and the knee joints. So basically, the design of the pad is just going to reduce the overall stress on the goalie's joints when you are transitioning between a butterfly position and that hybrid kind of position. And then another nice feature for those hybrid style goalies is those soft knee rolls in there, along with just soft foams pretty much throughout the face of the pad. That's going to help to dampen the rebounds and just give you a little bit better rebound control there. And then moving on to the outer roll here, you can see they have that one break point right below the knee and then one right there at the boot. So that's going to give you a pretty good amount of flex with the leg pad. But like I said, it's kind of still going to be leaning a little bit more towards the butterfly style. So you're still going to get a nice flat face on there. Going to get really good coverage of the net. Now taking a look at the backs of the leg pads here in the boot channel, they're going to be using that thick synthetic leather material right there, so you can get some extra durability in that kind of higher wear zone. And then moving up here into the leg channel, you can see they're calling this their kinetic fit leg channel. Basically what that does is has a nice soft foam wrap all the way around the leg, so you're going to get some nice controlled but fluid movements with the leg pad. And then that completely wraps up the leg with that inner and outer roll as well, so you can get some great protection on the back side of the leg. And then moving up a little bit farther here into the knee stack, they're still going to be using that soft foam design, and you have the outer protection there, and then on the inner part in the knee roll here, you have that nice thick and soft foam for a nice landing surface. And then this next layer is going to be, again, a nice soft foam, so you're going to get, again, that nice comfortable landing surface. And then the outer roll there is going to be a nice rigid foam with that leather on the outside, so it's going to be a nice surface to slide on. Now taking a look at the backside of the leg pads here, in that boot channel, they're going to be using a thick synthetic leather material in there, so you get some extra durability in that kind of higher wear zone. And then going up a little bit farther here into the leg channel, you can see they're calling this their kinetic fit leg channel. Basically what that is that soft foam wrap with the nylon on there that's going to completely wrap up the leg, so you can get some nice controlled but fluid movements with the leg pad. And that all completely closes up with that inner and outer rolls, so you can get some great protection on that back side of the leg. And then going into the knee stack here, again, you have a little bit of protection on the outside roll, but they really beef it up on that knee stack right there. You have that nice thick and soft piece to land on right there, and then again another soft piece to land on, and then that outer roll is just going to be a really rigid foam piece with that synthetic leather on the outside that's just going to give you a nice landing surface and a nice sliding surface when you're in that butterfly position. And then the last piece on the back side of the leg pads here is that thigh guard that's going to be a nice contouring fit, and it's going to have some nice extra protection and bridge that gap between the pants and the leg pads. Now taking a look at the pads as we got them strapped on here, you can see that large facial profile of the pads is really going to give you some nice coverage in the net. So it's going to be a great feature for those goalies that lean a little bit more towards the kind of coverage or butterfly style of play. And then going on to the outer roll here, you can see there's not actually a break in the above the knee there, but there is one right below the knee and then also down at the boot there. So you're going to get some pretty good flex in the bottom of the pads, but that upper portion is going to remain pretty stiff. Again, that's going to be a great feature for those butterfly goalies because they like that kind of stiffer portion up at the top to help cover up that 5-hole. And then going on to the inner roll here, you can see that inner roll completely covers the inside part of the leg, and then that under the pant thigh guard also just helps to bridge that gap in protection between the leg pad and the pants. And then again, you have that break point below the knee and then also down here at the boot. So with those, again, you're going to get some nice flex in the bottom portion of the pad. Now taking a look at the pads when we're in the butterfly position here, as you can see with that top portion of the pad being nice and stiff, you're going to get some great coverage of that 5-hole, and that's also just going to help to keep the shape of the pad so you can get a little bit better coverage right there in the 5-hole. So that was just a quick look here at the Reebok Larceny L7 goalie leg pads available here at inlineandicewarehouse.com.